Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 11 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. Now, let's get the obvious out of the way. We're in the World Series in year one. The question now becomes if we win this, do I just end the series? Do I pivot to like the Angels or the Diamondbacks or somebody? Like, what is the plan here? Of course, the answer is no. Regardless of whether we win or lose this World Series, this rebuild will continue. It just, the objective changes. For anyone who watched my Colorado Rockies rebuild, we made the World Series in year two. And so that kind of shifted gears to us trying to make it back. And then, of course, spoiler alert, we went on to win the World Series not once, but twice in the 9 years that we did that rebuild. So overall, pretty good. However, we're in the World Series in year one. If you've not watched last episode, go trust me. y- There, this Mariners series was nuts. We beat the Mariners in 4 games. Let me cycle back here right quick. Beat them in four. Um, Overall, it was a really close series. I think I even said 2 episodes ago when we got the playoff picture that the Mariners were the team I feared the most. And we got them in the divisional round. Won games 1 and 2, 3-2, and then 6-4. We did lose game three, 6-0. We got destroyed. Mick Abel was, I don't even know. It wasn't good. Like it was one good. But then we won game four to take the series 5-1. So overall, pretty good. However, especially if you look at our lineup and our bats for that series, if I can switch to the playoffs here really quick, if you can look at our bats, we were very top heavy. Gio Urshela, Luke Keisha, Royce Lewis did really good. Buxton was okay. Similarly with Brooks Lee, Larnick, Wallner. But then you kind of fell off a cliff. A lot of our backups struggled. One great. But nonetheless, get the win. And then the ALCS, we beat the Yankees 4 games to 2. We essentially went back and forth for a little bit. We took game one. They took game two. We took game three and game four. It was at this point I was officially nervous. I think I even said after we won game four that the 3-1 lead is the most dangerous to have in sports. And I mean, every game was decided by 3 or less runs. There were no blowouts in here. The decisive game six, we won 2-1. It was insane. And I think the lineup issues that kind of presented themselves against the Mariners really showed up against the Yankees. I think we had really 5 guys who did well against the Yankees, one of whom was our backup catcher. Like Cody Clemens was great, Royce Lewis was great, Luke Keeschel, Brooks Lee, and then our backup catcher, David Benuelos. Everyone else was a little shaky. We did have a lot of power, though. Luke Keeschel had 3 home runs in this series. Urshela had 2. Very happy with that. But it did unfortunately continue the trend of like Walker Jenkins struggling mightily. Trevor Larnach wasn't great. I benched him for the last 3 games essentially of the series. There's some signs of concern, I think, offensively. But now we have reached the World Series against the LA Dodgers. Games 1 and 2 will be in LA, 3, 4, 5 in Minnesota, and 6 and 7 back in LA. So if you want to know how the Dodgers did this season, it will not surprise you. They won 100. They won 106 games. Very impressive. They have the number one offense in baseball. They're one in every single offensive category except they can't steal bases. Pitching, they're top five in every category. Um, Interestingly enough, and I noticed this last episode, so their starting ERA is fifth with a 4.07. That's entirely due to the fact that Yamamoto in late April picked up shoulder inflammation where he missed 4 or 5 months. And so he only got 6 starts in and he kind of got pummeled a little bit. So that does skew the ERA of the whole staff a bit. But nonetheless, they're still a phenomenal team. No real surprises offensively for them. I think Sung Kim only getting 22 game appearances is kind of wild. The fact that he would rather be in AAA in the Dodgers organization than a starter on like 10 other MLB teams is kind of crazy, but we'll leave that alone. I'm a little nervous. You know, it's the Dodgers. We're going up against Goliath here. Not only a Goliath, if I look at their schedule really quick. So they've only lost 3 games the whole playoff. They got blown out by the Mets, and then they lost by combined 2 runs in as many games. In September, they won every single series in the second half of the month. After September 10, they won every single one. 3 sweeps in there. They're playing really, really good baseball. And now I have the unenviable task of trying to beat them. Here's my plan. Rotation. Oh, I'm still looking at the Dodgers. Not quite right. Rotation, same for order as I've done before. We're going Joe Ryan 1, Zebby Matthews 2, Mick Abel, Taj Bradley. I think Taj Bradley only needed to pitch once against the Yankees and did well enough where I think I'm going to give him the ball against the Dodgers. Mick Abel has struggled. There is no way around it. He's given me 4 innings in back-to-back games, struggled to get through the starts, but he's had probably the best season of any starter on our team. I believe in him. Zebby Matthews has been hot and cold. He was good against Seattle, had a bad start against the Yankees, and then redeemed himself with a 10K 5 shutout inning performance. He is slightly tired, but he'll be ready to go for game 2. Bailey Ober is going to be in the bullpen still. He pitched 3 1/3 shutout innings in relief against the Mariners, did not play at all against the Yankees. He's going to be a long reliever for us. There is a chance that is his role next season. We'll see. Kind of depends how some things shake out. Where's my time frame? Game type splits. So looking at my bullpen in terms of how they done in the playoff, I think everyone has done well with 2. I'm not counting Ober because, of course, his whip is high. He pitched 3 1/3. Duh. Not counting Ober, everyone's done well except for 2 players. Cody Funderburk hasn't been great. He was not on the playoff roster against the Mariners, but then due to injury, called up for the Yankees, gave up a run in his first appearance against the Yankees, has yet to give me a single inning of work. And then, unfortunately, Matt Caterino got popped in his second appearance in the Yankees, gave up a run against the Mariners. So he's been a little more hot and cold. But overall, I am pleased with my bullpen. I think our starters have been a little more hot and cold. The BAPIPs are a little scary, but Joe Ryan's done really good, which was my main area of concern. So not too worried. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Cody Clemens is our starting left fielder. The reason for that is very simple. Against the Yankees, he was really good. He had 8 hits, handful of walks, handful of RBIs, got a home run. Defensively, not the best. I don't think I can. No. Defensively, obviously not the best in left. However, my other options are Walker Jenkins. Why do I not have the split on? I wish it would save. Okay. Walker Jenkins, who has a negative OPS plus, end of sentence, and Trevor Larnach, who has not done much better and is one of the worst defensive outfielders any of us have ever seen. Right now, Larnach is going to start the first 2 games in right field. If he does well, he gets the job. If he doesn't, we're going to move some people around. But this is my lineup going into the World Series. Buxton, Keishel, Wallner, Larnach, Royce Lewis, Urshela is 6. Cody Clemens is 7. Carantini is 8. Brooks Lee is 9. Carantini, similarly, has the shortest leash any of us have ever seen. If he struggles in the first 2 games, he's benched, and David Banuelos, who hit a pinch hit home run against the Yankees in the previous game, is going to get the job. He has not had a very good playoff. He was obviously our starting catcher against the Mariners because eligibility rules. But he did have a home run against the Yankees, so you never know. That's my team. Let's be frank. We won 10 games above 500. The Dodgers, and I cannot stress this enough, won 50 games above 500. This is not 2 evenly matched teams in the slightest, but we'll give it a shot. So, without further ado, let's rock and roll. My plan for this video is very simple. We are going to play the World Series. And, when the World Series ends, depending on how much time there is, we'll probably do a little early off-season stuff, get a plan going, and then inevitably have a player get mugged in the off-season and be injured for the start of the year. Thank you, Tian Zhou, from my Rockies rebuild. The fact, again, that someone tried to mug a 6'2", 250, slugger from Taiwan, insane. All right, let's rock and roll. Game 1 of the World Series against the Dodgers. Get your snacks. Let's just look at my lineup and look at their lineup. Buxton is rated higher than Mookie Betts. What now, peasants? Their lowest rated player is Teoscar Hernandez with a 50. I have 3 45s. How's their bench? Rushing, Hyun Kim, Miguel Rojas, Taylor Trammell. I think my bench beats their bench. Banuelos, Soto, Jenkins, Outman. All right. Here we go. Joe Ryan against Yamamoto, the World Series hero of yesteryear. Buxton, if you hit a solo shot to lead off the World Series, I'm giving you a contract extension, even though you have 3 years left. Not quite. But, we'll take what we can get. Luke Keishel hits it into left. That's down. Let the record show. We got the first hit. Is that easier when you hit first? Yes. But listen, I'm going up against one of the best pitchers in baseball. Give me some credit here. Matt Wallner hits it into right. Folks, we're up 1-0. Are we the greatest team in the history of baseball? Probably not, but Larnach hits it up into right. That'll be caught. I think genuinely the only thing we have going for us in game 1 is that Yamamoto missed 4 months with shoulder injury. And so if we can take advantage of that and win game one? I mean, come on. In before Joe Ryan implodes. Well, I kind of spoke that into existence, didn't I? I really did. Mookie Betts ties it up, 398 shot. Fair enough. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's fine. Freeman's speed is only a 35. Thought it'd be higher. Immediately after that home run, 2 people watching the stream left. Fair play. Oh boy. 2 on, 1 out. Down goes Mr. Andy. Will Smith hits it into center. That's going to get down. Does Freeman have the legs? No, he stays at third. Max Muncy. He has only gotten 4 ABs in the entire playoffs. He's starting today at third base. Hits it softly to first. The relay in time. Ooh. Well, that could have been a lot worse. But yeah, I have a feeling neither pitcher is going to go that deep into this game. Though if our batters keep getting out after 1 AB, Cody Clemens into left. The line. Oh, no. That's Teoscar Hernandez, I believe. Oh, no. An error on Teoscar. Here's Caratini. And Caratini and Cody Clemens are fighting for roster spots, essentially, for next season. Everyone else is probably locked in, with exception of maybe Trevor Larnach as Brooks Lee lines out. But Cody Clemens, he's fighting for that backup utility spot. And then Caratini, I mean, it's going to be him or Miguel Amaya next season. And there's not that much value in having Caratini be a backup again, especially on, he's going to get a decent wage increase. So may have to trade him. Mount Wallner goes down on strikes unless. What's Will Smith's defensive? Yeah, his arm is a 65. You're telling me with a straight face that 40 speed Matt Wallner beat him out? I mean, I'm not going to complain. Yeah, Larnach flies out. No one has damaged their stock more in the playoff than Trevor Larnach. And that was not on my bingo card as Freddie Freeman gets a nice double. Or excuse me, got to first and Shohei got. Shohei's average is what? Oh, it's for the playoff. Okay. For a millisecond. Look at this. He's in the 100th He's in the 100th percentile in everything. Oh no, he's in the 43rd percentile for K percentage. Goodness gracious, 1,000 OPS. He definitely gets MVP. The man's slugging was a 674. He had 55 home runs again. And that's who I'm going up against with the old Minnesota Twins. If we even take a game in this series, the Dodgers should just liquidate, I think. In my humble opinion. Nothing for us in the 4th. Muncy and Edman are aboard for Mookie Betts. Pops it up. Don't drop this, Brooks. Thank you. All right. See if Caratini can get us going. Nope. I'm so ready to bench him. It would be a lot easier if either him or Benuelos were top, defensive catchers. But Caratini is bad, and Benuelos is average, so it's not a huge trade-off. Byron Buxton. You know what? It's the World Series. Let's try to see if we can steal on Will Smith. What's his runner thrown out percentage on the year? 25. Okay, so about average. We'll see if we can run it. Buxton, easy. easily in there to second. And Keishel grounds out anyway. But we know that at least Buxton can run on Will Smith, so that means that Outman probably can also. That ends up mattering. Don't walk Freddie Freeman. The animation of that hit looked preposterous. Like it looked like it wasn't going to get out of the infield, and the next thing I know, it's 300 feet deep in center. All right, he walked Shohei. I'm going to warm up the aforementioned Bailey Ober. Gets Kyle Tucker. Do I want Joe Ryan to face Andy Pages? Pages? Answer probably not. That was the worst, slowest throw in the history of the world. Come on, get there, Byron. Yes, thank you, sir. Very good. All right, so yeah, Bailey Ober will get ready for the sixth. Larnick and Royce Lewis are both aboard. See what Gio's got. Yeah, I'll leave Cody Clemens in. Let's see if we can get him. He hits it deep to center and off the. Never mind, it's gone. Worst home run call in our lives. Let's ignore that. I thought that was going to bounce off the wall. But no, 3-run homer gets. Faces Yamamoto. Very good. We're up 4-1. Carantini gets the line drive. All right, let's see if we can keep it going with 2 outs. Brooks Lee grounds out. Never mind. All right. Well, we have the lead. Let's get Bailey Ober going. Pretty good outing from Joe Ryan. Let's see if Bailey can get me the bottom of the Dodgers order. He does. Very good, sir. On 14 pitches, so I'm going to leave him out there. I am, however, going to get Orion Keckering warming up in case there is trouble. But if Bailey Ober can give me 2 innings, then my bullpen is going to be so well set up for game 2. Gets me Freddie Freeman. Can he get Shohei? 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Bailey Ober, my hero. All right. I'm going to pinch hit here. We're going to give James Outman the bat for Trevor Larnach. Swing and a miss. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. All right. So Outman will go to right. Orion Keckering will come in for the 8th. Clean inning of work from him. So my closer is the only one that's sub 90%. I'm going to get Justin Tapa warming up, regardless of whether we score runs or not. He's getting the 9th no matter what. Clemens grounds out. Come on, Carantini, give me a solo shot. Some cushion. He tried. It did not work. Brooks Lee grounds out. He also has not done that great. All right, we're going Justin Tapa for the save. Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Tommy Edman are the Dodgers bats. Here we go. Tapa is red hot in the playoffs. Ooh, but Muncy gets aboard. That means unless we get a double play, Mookie Betts is going to pop up. Teoscar Hernandez flies out. Here's Tommy Edman. And he gets it past Royce Lewis at second. Mookie Betts is the tying run. And he is at the plate. Here we go. The pitch. Hit to first. Luke's there. The relay in time. Do I let Tapa face Freddie? Think I do. Let's trust the guy that got me here. The pitch hits it to third. Rochelle is there. The throw in time. We have taken game one of the World Series 4-1. Mookie Betts scored and the leadoff home run in the bottom of the first. The Dodgers did not score the rest of the game. Craziness. Well, folks, we didn't get swept. I think Joe Ryan did pretty good. Bailey Ober, 2 shutout innings. And then Keckering, Justin Tapa get the hold and the save respectfully. We chased Yamamoto. Really happy with that, but the Dodgers bullpen did tear us to shreds. So, I mean, Cody Clemens had 2 hits. Like, at what point is the man like our starting left fielder next season? Have we considered the political implications of such a thing? All right, let's save, folks. We took game 1. So anyone that thought we were going to get swept, bad news. Now here's hoping it won't be a gentleman's sweep. Is Zebby still not ready? No, he's at 100%. Why would I skip him? You silly game. All right, game 2. Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Dodgers. He has had, I would say, a disappointing year by his standards, but still a 3-WAR season nonetheless. He's in the 96th percentile for Ks. That is a big problem for our lineup. Isn't great. I am going to flip catchers. We're going to bring in David Banuelos to bat 8th. I think everything else is fine. We got Zebby Matthews on the mound. They got Glasnow game 2. Let's do it. Buxton, you know the drill. Solo shot and a contract extension is yours. No, swing and a miss. Nothing from anybody else. And Shohei is on with Kyle Tucker. Oh, boy. Never mind. It's fine. I was listening to the Rates and Barrels podcast earlier today, and they posited that Kyle Tucker might be a good NL MVP pick. I think that could be fun, but I think the problem you run into with any other Dodgers player is if the Dodgers are doing really, really well, odds are Shohei is doing really, really well. And no other MVP candidate will have hitting and pitching on their resume. Urshela pops up. All right, Cody Clemens. Ground, never mind. He didn't throw. I'm not going to question what happened there. David Banuelos, he's got the power. Did not come through here. Swing and a miss from him. Clean second inning from Zebby. Teoscar Hernandez is aboard. Oh, Mookie Betts to the wall. Gets down. All right. Dodgers are on the board. 1-0. Mookie Betts is on second. In steps Freddie Freeman. They say he held up. I disagree. Shohei swings on the 3-1, flies out to Larnick. The play-by-play said Larnick hustled to the ball. I think he moved 2 feet. And Kyle Tucker pops up. All right. Good to get out of that. Let's see if our 4, 5, 6 hitters can get us anything. Larnick deep to center. That's a down at the track. If he had any speed, this would be a triple. He is going for it. The relay throw in time. Oh, we could have had a leadoff double. What's his base running? 50? Okay. We could have had a leadoff double, no outs. Tragic. Tragic scenes, and Royce Lewis gets aboard, of course. That's not going to move anyone, but that probably would have scored Larnick. So we lose out on a run there. And the Dodgers are coming. Muncy, Teoscar, or aboard. Tommy Edman, break my heart. Back to the pitcher. Relay in time. All right. I keep switching between David and David for Benuelos. I just need a pronunciation. Come on, Brooks Lee. Hits it into center. Caught. Nothing doing there or the rest of the way. Mookie Betts gets a single and a steal, and then Freeman hits it to the wall. Ay, 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 ay. And Wales. All right. We're going to get David Festa warming up. Shohei hits it deep to right, down at the track. That'll be the easiest second to home of Freddie Freeman's career. I think that's it for Zebby. Not his best outing. Only 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. Only walked 2 guys, but he only struck out 2 also. Kyle Tucker flies out. That should not advance Shohei. That's the other thing working against Larnick is he's not good in the outfield. And I don't have another place to put him, which means he'd have to DH. And Matt Wallner is my DH. All right. Festa has promptly loaded the bases for Teoscar Hernandez. And Teoscar makes him pay a grand slam, 420 feet. And this game has been blown wide open, 7-0. Yikes. Well, all right. The goal for then the rest of this game is to not get anyone injured and everyone gets out okay. That is the goal. Royce Lewis, solo shot. We're going to go Cody Funderburk for the 7th. Clean inning from him. Let's get some pinch hitting opportunities here. Just to give some guys some ABs. Navon Soto. A swing and a miss. Buxton we're hitting. And he struck out too, but he's got the speed. He does not beat it out. And Luke Keeschel strikes out to end the inning. All right, Soto is going to take over in short. We're going to get Walker Jenkins in For Larnick, he's going to go center field. Outman will come in for Buxton. Or excuse me, yeah, then take right. Walker Jenkins takes center. And then let's get Cole Sands. And he's getting the eighth no matter what. Good man. We'll let Matt Wallner hit in case he can get a solo shot. Maybe get hot for the rest of the series. Or he will walk. All right, Walker Jenkins also walks. Hold on now. We got 2 men on with no outs. And Royce Lewis grounds out. I'll take that trade. Max Muncy shakes off a potential injury. Gio Urshela grounds to third. They go to first in time. We do get the run in, but out of outs now. Clemens walks. I am going to pinch hit here. Carantini is going to get, actually, no. Benuelos has been a hero in the final series against the Rangers to end the regular season. Then he had the pinch hit home run against the Yankees. What will he do here? Nobody move. Yeah, he struck out. Fair enough. All right, we lose game 2, 7-2. No one really showered themselves in glory offensively. Royce Lewis had the home run, which was good. I mean, Buxton struck out 4 times, so that's that. Zebby Matthews was poor. David Festa got popped. It's unfortunate. He had a really good end of the season. His playoff line looks hideous now, but he was doing well there. Cody Funderburk did really well. Cole Sands did well. And now we have an off day after this, so let's just sim through it really quick. Okay, so I don't think that series told me much of anything. I think Larnick did have the double in game 2. I think the other thing with Walker Jenkins is he does walk a very good amount. So there is some argument there that he should play. But Cody Clemens is just, he's hitting the ball really well past few games. So I think he should play regardless. Why are you unhappy? You're not starting. You're starting in the playoffs, Cody. What more could one ask? All right, but let's just go right into game 3. Shohei. I looked at his hitting stats before. What are his pitching stats? 32 starts this season, which I think is a career high for him. I could be mistaken. I literally cannot see it on this screen. I can only see his batting stats. That is hilarious. Yep, that is a career high for him in terms of starts. Good for Shohei. And of course, he did great. Oh, boy. I love that he has a 70 arm because, it makes sense. Okay. So offensively, I think we're going to make one change. Larnick is sitting down. Walker Jenkins is going to come in. And he is going to lead off. I don't know why I just moved those guys up and down. I'm going to drop Byron Buxton to the 4 spot. Because Walker Jenkins did okay leading off. So I think we're going to give him that spot. Drop Buxton down to try to get him out of this insane cold spell he's currently in. And then we're going to move Larnick to the bench for this game. See how Jenkins can do leading off. And then Caratini, I think, is going to stay our catcher. Unfortunate for Benuelos. All right, Mick Abel, you have sucked so far. Get it together. Freddie Freeman and Shohei in scoring position with Kyle Tucker at the plate. And he hits a sky high home run. That'll plate all three men. See about that. Well, we're down 3-0, and it might get worse as both Andy Pajes and Will Smith are aboard. Yes, yes, everyone can run on Vic Carantini. I am well aware of the implications of this. Please. Come on, Mick. Nick Pajes. I knew it. All right, Teoscar goes down. Tommy Edman gets it past Luke. That's going to plate another. Never mind. Muncie is a coward. Well, he has 35 speed. Never mind. I take back my accusation of cowardice. Retract it, please. Retract it. Betts walked. Mick Abel is up to 42 pitches for those keeping track at home. Well, folks, I'm gonna have a moment of honesty with you, just between you and me. I think game one might be all we're getting. The Dodgers are up 9-0. They not only did they bat around. Oh, look at the box score, people. Just look at how grim that looks. Mick Abel, 1 inning, 6 hits, 9 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 K, 2 home runs. He faced 12 batters, 48 pitches. To be fair, 48 pitches for 12 batters feels kind of low. But now we have an insanely biblical uphill climb. Sisyphus had less to worry about than us. So I think the goal now is let's see what the bats can do and try to get 3 innings out of Mick Abel. It's not looking possible, though, as 2 are on for Teoscar. All right, he grounds out to first. Because also, the off day just happened, and there's no off day until after game 5 if we get past that point. So, like, this is my bullpen in terms of availability. Nothing for us in the second. All right, we're going to get Bailey Ober Warman. I'll let Mick Abel face Cal Tucker. Let's see if he can get him. Pops up to right. Walker's there. Very good. Okay. Good that I could get 2 scoreless from Mick after that initial disaster. Jenkins, Brooks Lee are aboard. Luke Keeschel pops it up. Unhelpful. Let's see if Wallner can do better. You know what? At least Luke hit the baseball. That's the bar that I'm operating at right now. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's no way around it. Mick Abel is just not had a great playoff. That is a shame. But his day's done. We're going to turn it over to Bailey Ober, and I'm going to be honest. If I can get 3 innings I'll be ecstatic. But I think 2 is the goal. All right, clean 4th inning from him. Buxton, leadoff double. Let's go. Royce Lewis walks. Okay. This is probably going to be the best chance we get to score some runs. And a wild pitch advances both men. A line drive here. We're back in business, and ain't it grand? And instead, Urshela pops it up 50 feet. Max Muncy gets him. Clemens hits it into shallow right, but not deep enough to score Buxton. Here's Caratini. Hits it to third. Down he goes. Runners on second and third, no outs. And we score no one. Yeah, that kind of tracks with how this has gone. 2 men on, no outs for Bailey Ober, and Mookie Betts smokes it into center. Not a bad throw from Buxton there, but no dice. Freeman hits it. Lined out. Good work there from Clemens. Okay, let's think about this. I think we'll go Mason Montgomery, then Funderburk, then Cantorino, probably. But I'd like it if Bailey Ober can get me another out or 2. Oh, boy. Man, Bailey did so well in his first 2 relief appearances in the playoffs. Who knew that the Dodgers lineup was just of a different caliber? All right, he gets Kyle Tucker to fly out. Mookie Betts will score without a throw. So we're down a little 12-0 now. Mason Montgomery in to mop up the inning. And he immediately walks Andy Pages. So here's Will Smith. Very good. Okay. Well, folks, it's gotten worse. If you didn't know how that was possible, I will present my evidence accordingly. All right, Buxton is once again aboard. I think hitting Buxton lower in the lineup is what I'm probably also going to do next season. Roki Sasaki, you're burning Sasaki in a 12-0 ball game? Who else is in their bullpen? Yeah, like you got Blake Treinen just running around there, Evan Phillips. You're burning Roki? I'm honored. All right, Cantonero's going to get warming up. I know I said I'd do Funderburk, but I'm going to flip him, I think. All right, Buxton gets the snag there. That will be it for Mason Montgomery. Clean rest of the 7th there. I'm going to let Cody Clemens hit. Yeah, that tracks. All right, Carantini will pinch hit for with Benuelos. Benuelos. I'll get the pronunciation down. And he gets it down with a single. Well done, sir. Brooks Lee strikes out looking. Alex Vesla comes in, gives up the line drive. Very good. Into third. All right, Luke, come on. Walked him. Bases are loaded for a home run threat, Matt Wallner. And he hits it 50 feet back to the pitcher. Nothing doing for us. All right, Benuelos is taking over at catcher. Buxton's day is done. We'll have Outman take center field. And then Levon Soto will come in for Royce Lewis. And then if Cantorino can give me the rest of the 8th, good man. Nothing for us there. All right, now we're going to go to Funderburk, and then he's getting this inning no matter what. Clean from him. Anything from us in the ninth? No. Well, if you didn't think game 2 could look any worse, may I present game 3? 12-0. Mick Abel put us in a hole, and even if he allowed 1 run, it wouldn't have been enough. Our lineup had 6 hits on the day. I think Walker Jenkins at leadoff will probably be the move next season, with Buxton hitting probably 4th or 5th. But man, all of the joy of winning game 1 has just evaporated into mist. We find ourselves down 1-2. And they're bringing out Blake Snell. And I am bringing out Taj Bradley. How's Blake Snell done? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on. He's Blake Snell. 4 WAR season. Ks per 9 is good. He's in the 93rd percentile for kind of walks. He's given up a decent amount, but not that I think that will matter. Yeah, in terms of lineup, I think I'm going to bench Cody Clemens for a game and I think I'm just going to move everyone down 1. Buxton will bat 5th. Walker Jenkins will come in and bat leadoff. Like, neither catcher is inspiring me with confidence right now, but I'm going to go Benuelos for the defense and the fact that he might hit a home run. I think Vic Carantini I think I'm just going to end up trading him in the offseason, which is kind of unfortunate, but I have really no confidence in him right now. Gio Urshela also quietly has got 1 hit and a walk this whole series, so not great, but he's going to be in there. So Taj Bradley, who missed essentially almost 2 months this season with injury, went over, a month? Yeah, just under a month between starts, but pitched well again in the playoffs against the Yankees. Let us see how he does here on a very ominous, cloudy night in Minnesota. I'm not worried at all. And Mookie Betts immediately hits a line drive into left. Oh, boy. I mean, listen, that's going to get caught. The Dodgers scored 9 runs in the first inning last game. Surely they can't match. Also, I thought that was a surefire catch, but they're saying Larnach did not get there. I am so trading him. He genuinely went from a lock on our roster, had an okay September, and has just been horrendous in the playoffs, and I just want to trade him. And Kyle Tucker hits it out of the park once again. The Dodgers just do really well at Target Field. I think that is what I am learning, as they're up 3-1, and Andy Pages is up to the plate. He lines out. You see, Trevor, that is how you get to a baseball. All right. Well, we have a hill to climb out, and Blake Snell is the opposition. Oy. Jenkins walks. I think we have found our leadoff hitter next year in Walker Jenkins. Luke Keeschel to right field. Folks, you're not the only one who could hit homers in the first inning of games. 3-2. I think Walker Jenkins is our leadoff hitter. And Byron Buxton will be happy next year when he'll be hitting cleanup, which is what he wants. So I think that will benefit us going forward as he now strikes out. I don't even want to talk about his strikeouts in the playoffs. I kind of do. What's he at? I can't see all playoff games anymore. No. Batting stats. Postseason. 14 games. He has 19 Ks. He's only walked once. Oh, boy. If his bat regresses, we're in legitimate trouble. Teoscar Hernandez is aboard for Mookie Betts. Hits it to Brooks Lee. Easy grounder. Thank you. Come again. Nothing for us in the second. Oh, Walker. That was not the one to swing at. Even I could tell. Luke walks. I mean, listen, Blake Snell walking batters has definitely come to fruition. Because if we can chase him out of the game in the 5th inning, I'm a happy man. However, I think Taj Bradley is going to get chased before that. Clean 4th, though. How many pitches? 68. Oh, his stamina took such a hit. Come on, Byron. Don't strike out again. You know what? He didn't strike out. I can't be mad. I can't be mad there. Royce Lewis walks. Snell's at 67 pitches. All right, relax. He's over 70 now. Benuelos works a full count and walks. 80 pitches for Blake Snell. Brooks Lee pops it up. Yeah, they're going to bring him out for the 5th, definitely. Okay, so now I enter a somewhat heavy bullpen problem. I think Keckering, then Sands, and depending on the situation, closer or no closer. But if Taj Bradley can get me Edman and Mookie Betts, then I can bring in a reliever just to face Freddie Freeman this inning. All right, he gets Edman, nothing doing. Here's Betts. Hits it to left. Caught by Mr. Jenkins. You know what? Let's back my starter. Let's see if we can get Freddie. Hits it deep to right. Very nice catch there from Larnach. Okay. I think the first inning looked a bit terrible, but Taj Bradley definitely stepped it up after that. And they went to their bullpen too. Blake Snell is done after 4 innings. That's an insane win for us. Keisho hits it into center. Caught. All right. Matt Wallner hits it deep to left and gone. 2-run home run for the DH, and we have the lead in Game 4. Let's keep it moving. They go to Alex Vesia. Trevor Larnach to right field. Where was this the rest of the series? Back-to-back home runs. Can Buxton make it 3 for 3? No, of course not. He strikes out. I am inching closer and closer to benching Byron Buxton in the World Series, which I feel like in real life would get the manager fired, but that's kind of where I'm at. All right, so very simple. Keckering is going to get the 6th. Cole Sands get the 7th. Tapa gets the 8th. Rogers gets the 9th. That's our path to victory. Keckering. Clean inning from him. Let's get Cole Sands warming up. Urshela hits it deep to right, but that's going to be caught. Urshela also having a bad playoff has kind of set our offense back a bit. Benuelos lines out. Brooks Lee, anything from you? No. The answer to my question was no. All right, we're going Cole Sands for the bottom of the order. Clean from him. How many pitches was he on? 10. I think I'm going to leave him in to start the 8th. Because if I can have one of Walker Jenkins to right field. Yep, just listen, just shut it down. 4 under and 4 feet, Walker Jenkins, that'll play. Thank you, sir. That's my leadoff hitter right there. I think if I can get out of this with Justin Tapa or Taylor Rogers at full strength for game 5, I think that kind of has to be the move. Hey, Matt Wallner, do you have 2 home runs in you today? No. The answer, once again, was no. I am going to pinch hit for Larnick. We're going to give Outman the bat to see if he can get on base. He could not. All right. Outman's taking over in right. And no, I need Royce Lewis's bat. Okay. I'm going to warm up Taylor Rogers, but I'm leaving Cole Sands in. That's grounds out. Because I wouldn't mind, honestly, if one of Freddie Freeman, Shohei, or Kyle Tucker get aboard. Because that means in the 9th, Andy Pages is leading off and not Kyle Tucker. Freddie Freeman hits it deep to center. Buxton is there. No problem. I am now going to pivot. We're going to bring in our closer, Taylor Rogers, to face Shohei. And Shohei is going to get aboard, so I got my wish. Would have liked it to not be on a double, but, beggars, choosers. Here's Kyle Tucker. Walked him. Oh, no. He can get Andy Pages, surely. We're okay. For a second, I thought that was going to leave the park, but we're okay. I am a little worried because now Rogers is at 9 pitches, and his stamina already took a hit. Okay, Buxton, please, I beg of you. All right, he walked. And he can run on Will Smith, and we're going to send him. Gets there without a throw. All right. If we can get a line drive here. Thank you. Thank you, Royce Lewis. Oh, Buxton, why didn't he go home? I get that Pondez has a 70 arm, but you have 60 speed. All right, Urshela, just a sac fly. Thank you. That'll do even better. Off the wall and right. That'll score Buxton. Very good, sir. Royce Lewis holds up at third. The correct decision. Benuelos pops it to center. Is Lewis going to go? He is. The throw cut off. Boring. Well, now that it's a 5-run game, I think I'm definitely still going to leave Taylor Rogers in so that I don't burn Justin Tapa. Because listen, I need somebody to come out of the bullpen in game 5. Brooks Lee gets it down. And this is the benefit of chasing Blake Snell out of the game early. The Dodgers are burning a lot of relievers. Walker Jenkins, a line drive. Very good. 9-3. Luke Keeschel gets involved with a line drive. There's still only one out, by the way. Bases are loaded. Matt Wallner hits it up to right. Not deep enough to move anyone. Never mind. Brooks Lee is a madman. They got him, didn't they? Safe? He looked out by 3 steps in that animation. And James Outman K's to end the inning. However, everyone batted around. We're now up by 7. What's Funderburk at? Funderburk's at 81. Come on, Taylor. All right, he gets Will Smith. Gets Max Muncy, but he is at 23 pitches, so Teoscar. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. We take game 4 in decisive fashion. We have forced the game 5. Walker Jenkins, 3 for 4. What a beauty. Yeah, I mean, they scored all 3 runs in the first inning and did not score again. Well done to the bullpen there. And I only had to use 3 relievers. They had to use 4. Yeah, I mean, Vesia pitched 27 pitches. If they try to pitch him in game 5, we're going to crush him. I think, admittedly, a poor decision by me to pinch hit Outman for Larnach in the 7th. I think that came back to bite me a little bit in the 9th, but nothing too crazy there. All right. Looking pretty good. And now it's Joe Ryan against Yamamoto again. I mean, regardless of what happens in the last, 2-3 games of the series, like, we took 2 games. That is more than I thought. I thought we'd get 1 because we got game 1, and then games 2 and 3 were blowouts. Now we blew them out. So, game 7 is Mick Abel. Oh, God. We can't let it get to game 7. We can't let it get. Shohei's going to kill us. We have to win. We have to win 2 in a row because we're going to lose 7. Okay. So, how'd Larnach do? He did have the home run. So did Wallner. I'm running into the problem I had for most of the season where I may have to play 2 bad defensive outfielders. I think here's what we're going to do. Larnach is we're going to drop Gio and Royce Lewis in the order. Buxton bats 5. Think I'll leave Jenkins in at left. Larnach will stay in. And then I don't think I'm going to get much value out of playing Levon Soto over Urshela or Brooks Lee. So I think I'd leave that. Actually, no. I'm going to give Cody Clemens third base for this game. I'm going to give Gio a rest. We're going to see if Cody can get me somewhere. I like how Royce Lewis has better potential at second, even though he is such a terrible second baseman right now. All right, Joe Ryan on the mound, Yamamoto for the Dodgers. We took game 1 against Yamamoto. Let's see how we do in game 5. And Shohei is aboard. Well, there goes that. Kyle Tucker, 2-run shot to open the scoring. Paez strikes out to end the inning, but we're down 2-0 already. Nothing for us in the first, but Larnach and Buxton are aboard. Royce Lewis hits it into right field. That's down. Larnach does not have the speed, so he will hold up at third. Cody Clemens walked him. There we go. 2-1 now. Here's Caratini. Pops it up. Man. We really just a underrated thing that's kind of hurt us is that because we signed Miguel Amaya after September 1st and he wasn't postseason eligible. Because he's so much better than Caratini and Bunuelos right now. He is so much better. Buxton gets home on the sac fly from Brooks Lee. I mean, bases loaded, no outs. You get 2 runs. That might be kind of a wash, but I think the defense is probably happier with that one. Luke Keeschel gets it down. Very good, sir. Matt Wallner hits it up to right. Caught in the corner. And Larnach hits into the fielder's choice. Doesn't help us much. Buxton hits it deep to left and gone. 2-run shot. His 3rd home run of the postseason. The Minnesota hero comes up big in the playoffs. We're up 4-2. And I think there's definitely an urgency to win this game and the next one because game 3 is Shohei against Mick Abel. And that is their hottest pitcher against my coldest pitcher. So we really, really, really need to go for it. Well, Max Muncy kind of ruining my day there. RBI double for him. And Joe Ryan is at how many pitches? 77, and he's in the deep yellow. I have a big fear that a lot of my pitchers' stamina is worse than my scouts think it is. Nothing for us. All right. So, what do I want to do? I think Festa is going to be our first bullpen arm out the gate. Tommy Edman gets it down. I really wanted him out because now Mookie is on. He's up with a runner on. Hits it into deep left. Caught. I will let him face Freddie Freeman. Pops it up. Caught by Cody Clemens. All right, that is it for Joe Ryan. I think we're going to turn it over to Festa to face Shohei. I don't hate a walk here if he walks him. I hate that. Shohei hits it all the way to the wall. Man. This Shohei guy is pretty good, you know? Wild pitch moves him to third. Kyle Tucker flies out to left. Ay, 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 ay. All right, bottom of the 5th, tie ball game. Nothing for us offensively, and Festa's getting killed. Okay. I'm going Funderburk, and literally, he might pitch like 2 at bats. And I'm not even being facetious here. Like, he gets Edman, and then he's going to face Mookie Betts with the bases empty. That might just be it. And then I go right to Bailey Ober or someone else for the rest of the 7th. Buxton pops up. Royce Lewis pops it up a little farther. Hey, Cody, how about you pop it up into the stands? He took the opposite of my meaning. All right, we're going to get Ober warming up. Just get Mookie Betts, Cody. We're okay. Fly out to left. Hey, Freddie Freeman, you better worse against lefties in this version of the game. So much worse. Cody, get him. Take him to school. The pitch. Grounds out to first. Beautiful. That is it from Cody. That is all I need. Well done, sir. Bailey Ober to face Shohei. Lines out to first. That's huge. Massive. The reason I'm going Bailey Ober there, as opposed to, say, Justin Tapa or Ryan Keckering, is because if this thing goes to extras, I may need them for like the 10th and the 11th. So I'd rather use Bailey earlier. Carantini gets it down. We're going to pinch run with, if I use Outman, though, I burn my... I think that's fine. We're going to pinch run. James Outman is going to get it. And if Brooks Lee can't advance him, okay, he gets the second. Walker Jenkins, come on, buddy. Hits it into left, down. I am not running on Andy Pages in that position, though it is tempting. Luke Keeschel struck out. That's disastrous. Matt Wallner struck out also. Oh, that sucked. Okay. Well, David Benuelos is our catcher the rest of the day. And we also burned Outman. So I'm out of outfield subs if it gets to that. Cal Tucker pops it up to third. Clemens is there. If Ober can get me the entire eighth, I love how our bullpen is set up for the rest of this game. He gets Pages swinging. Will Smith hits it up to right, down at the wall. A very, 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 very slow-moving Trevor Larnach. Means Buxton has to get it. All right, that's it for Ober. We're going to bring in Justin Tapa to face Max Muncy. I'm really happy with what Ober did. Muncy grounds out the inning. Okay. Here we go. Trevor Larnach, Buxton, Royce Lewis. Any of them capable of a solo home run. Against Edwin Diaz, however, it looks less likely. Down goes Larnach. Dude, I am this close to benching Byron Buxton for the rest of the World Series. Royce Lewis pops up. That's a shame. All right. Justin Tapa is on the mound. I'm going to get Mason Montgomery warming up. I think if either Rushing or Edman get aboard, Montgomery is going to face Mookie Betts. If Rushing would have beat Luke Keeschel to the bag there, I was going to say words. Here's Edman. Hits it to first. The relay in time. Okay. Mookie Betts, here's a very simple question. Better or worse against lefties? Oh, God. He was really bad against lefties this year. All right, that's it for Justin Tapa. We're going Mason Montgomery to face Mookie Betts. 0-2 count. Gets him swinging. Bottom of the ninth. Cody Clemens has 2 home runs this postseason. Can he get a third to walk us off? No, he cannot. David Benuelos. He has the walk-off homer against the Yankees already. Is he good for another? Unfortunately not. And that brings us to Brooks Lee, the final out before extras. Pops it up, shortstop Betts brings it in. We're going to extra innings in Game 5 of the World Series. Montgomery's going to get us started. Remember, there's no ghost runner in the playoff. This is like our fourth extra inning game of the postseason already. Oh, I thought the bad throw in the dirt meant he was going to be safe, and I was worried. Shohei, don't do it to me. Oh, swing and a miss. Electric from Montgomery. Kyle Tucker hits it to Brooks Lee. The throw in time. He blanks the Dodgers. We're going to the bottom of the 10th. Matt Cantorino is going to warm up. Walker Jenkins steps to the plate. Hits it into right. That's down. We have our base runner, Roki Sasaki, onto the mound. Luke Keeschel, don't you dare swing. He does. He hits it into right. That's down. Walker Jenkins going to third. The throw is terrible. He's in. All we need is a sac fly. All we need is a sac fly. And Walner K's. Trevor Larnach hits it to short. The throw home in time. They get Jenkins. Unbelievable. We had it. Walner strikes out. Larnach hits into the fielder's choice. Byron Buxton has a home run already today for the statue. Bottom of the 10th, 2 on, 2 outs, and he strikes out. We had runners on second and third, 0 outs. Our number 3, 4, and 5 hitters up. Blank. Unbelievable. Yeah, that'll be it for Montgomery. We're going to go to Cantorino. I mean, you could not have dreamed a better start to the bottom of that inning. And we just blew it. We just blew it. You could maybe make the argument that I should have pinched it for Walner and had Soto bunt, but there's no guarantee they don't just play in and get him at home anyway. Will Smith has walked. Here's Max Muncy. Hits it up. No issue. Royce is there. Dalton rushing. In it left. Walked. I'm going to warm up Keckering, but Cantorino has to get Tommy Edman. Strikes him out looking very good from the reliever. Once again, a chance to walk us off. Royce Lewis. Not quite. Pops it up to second. Cody Clemens gets it down third base side. Go ahead run is on first for David Benuelos. Swing and a miss. Brooks Lee. Full count. Swing and a miss. We go to the 12th. We are officially in danger territory for the bullpens. When I say that, the Dodgers still have 3 guys. All right, Orion Keckering, I believe in you. Shohei Ohtani hit the solo home run. Kyle Tucker walks. Andy Pages rifles it down the third base side. Oh, man. Let's see if we can get Will Smith. He does. All right, we're down by 1. Walker Jenkins up to the plate. I think if we end up losing the World Series, this will be the game that crushes us. We had them. We had runners on second and third, no outs. Luke Keeschel hits it up to right, does not have the distance. Matt Wallner is our final out. He struck out when we needed him most 2 innings ago. They walk him. Trevor Larnach up to the plate. Hits it into right. That's going to get down. Wallner goes to third. Larnach's in at second. Byron Buxton once again. The chance to be a hero. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 12th, and they walk him. Where is your sense of pride? So now the question becomes, against lefties, my options are Royce Lewis, Livan Soto, or Gio Urshela. Gio Urshela has been a lefty crusher this season. Think we will turn to him. Gio Urshela is going to pinch hit here in place of Royce Lewis. Here we go. Bottom of the 12th, down by 1, bases loaded. A wild pitch into scores Wallner, tie ball game. Woo-wee. Folks. Now Gio Urshela can walk us off. 1-0 count. They walk him intentionally, the cowards. Cody Clemens, relegated to the bench in the season, a starter for the playoff. Bottom of the 12th, bases loaded. 1-0 count, the pitch, the swing. He hits into center, it's down. The Twins win. We walk off the Dodgers in 12. Goodbye. See you later. Put them on a flight home. We win 6-5. Ecstatic scenes from Minnesota. We are 1 win away from a World Series championship in year 1. We have no business winning this series. None whatsoever. The left on base total, 23 from us. If we would have lost that game, I used my whole bullpen. I used everyone in the bullpen with exception of Cole Sands and Taylor Rogers. And everyone did well. Keckering, of course, got hit a bit, but that's because he had to pitch 30 pitches. Yeah, Cantorino needing 30 to get 3 outs was not great, but oh boy. Ooh, aren't you so glad we have an off day tomorrow? Oh, man. We are 1 game away. All right, let's just sim through the off day here. Hit save. We are 1, and we have to win game 6. We are not winning game 7. They have Shohei. We have Mick Abel. We're not winning that. Taj Bradley, I don't think. No, he won't be ready. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, this is taking a turn, eh? We find ourselves up 3-2. If I win a World Series in year 1, like, it would be kind of funny if it's just a 1-season rebuild. Like, oh, yeah, job's done. But we'll see here. All right. Game 6. They got Glasnow. I got Zebby Matthews. All right. Let's take a good hard look at this lineup for a second. So Buxton, I think, is going to play. I don't want him to because his bat has been ice cold. Also, the fact that I can't see the lineup splits for the playoff is annoying, but I'll allow it. All right, here's what we're going to do. I think Cody Clemens needs to play. I think, unfortunately, Gio Urshela is going to be the casualty again because I need the outfielders. So Cody is going to take third, bat seventh. Royce Lewis is going to stay at second, bat six. Buxton drops to five. Walker Jenkins is going to lead off. And now it's Caratini or Benuelos. I mean, I don't want to start either of them. We have the worst catching room in the league, and we're in the World Series. Like, I think I'm going to go Caratini because really, unfortunately, Benuelos, his entire postseason stats are being propped up by the home run. That's really it. So I'm going to go Caratini. Brooks Lee has also sucked, don't get me wrong. However, the alternative is Levon Soto at shortstop, which I don't think that's getting me anywhere. So that's what we're doing. Zebby Matthews is on the mound. The Dodgers got to him pretty hard in game 2. Here we go for game 6. We win the game, we're champions. Oh boy. I'm not nervous at all. Genuinely, I'm not. I think if we lose this game, like game 7 could become a bloodbath. Walker Jenkins grounds out. He's killing me. Keishel hits it into center. Caught. I didn't look. Are they going with the same starters? No, they have Alex Freeland at third. They benched Muncy. I am perfectly fine with that. That man had like 3 hits against me. The fact that that animation and that ball falls for a base hit just looks silly. I'm not going to complain, but it makes it look like the outfielder like isn't trying to reach it, not that he physically can't reach it. All right, Zebby. Nothing you could do in this first inning could upset me. Clean first inning, we're okay. Listen, Mick Abel gave up 9 runs in the first inning of game 3. It's fine. Buxton gets it down. I'm going to send him. He gets the steal. I think that's the other benefit of having Walker Jenkins bat 1 and Buxton bat 5. That means I have the guys that can beat Will Smith pretty spread out in my lineup. I'll take the ground out there if it moves Buxton over. Now Cody Clemens just has to do Cody Clemens things, which is to fall in the sword and ground out. All right, we're on the board. 1-0 for us. And Caratini pops up. Yeah, I think the more and more I think about it next season, the smart move is probably just to trade Caratini, and then Miguel Amaya will get the first reign at catcher next season. Clean second from Zebby. Here I am talking about next season as if we're not in game 6 of the World Series. Brooks Lee strikes out again. I don't want to talk about it. Walker Jenkins hits it deep to center. Caught at the track. I had high hope for that baseball. Keishel grounds out to end the inning. Zebby's at 35 pitches. Got through 4 clean. Glasnow's already at 41. So if we can have some long ABs and get him out of here in the 5th inning, I'm a happy man. There's no universe where that's safe. Like Wallner looked out by at least a step. I'm not going to complain, of course. However, a little silly. All right, Larnach did K, but it was a full count. Glasnow's at 52 pitches. Another full count from Buxton. He flies out, but still, we're getting the Glasnow. All right, Royce, justify your spot in the lineup. He did not. To be clear, he did not. All right, Zebby. Clean fourth. And that's good because our bullpen is a little tired. I haven't looked at the numbers, but part of that's because I'm scared. A smart man would look at the numbers. Let's look. Oh no, we're okay. I think if Zebby gets me 5 innings, Montgomery gets the sixth. I don't want Funderburk out there. Things might get shaky if he can't give me the whole fifth inning. Vic Carantini flies out to right. That ball came out of the bat like a thunder. Brooks Lee lines out to center. Yeah, that 8-9 is just a crater in my lineup. Clean fifth from Zebby. He's at 81. Glasnow is still in the game, which is unfortunate. The chopper. You can't get him out. Glasnow's at 76. I am so jealous of the Dodgers and their team stamina. Ooh, Luke Keeschel to the moon. Walker Jenkins to third. All right. Matt Wallner, please don't strike out. Good man. He gets it down in center. Jenkins is home free. 2-0. And they go to Tanner Scott, the lefty. That's fine. I see your lefty, and I'll raise you my lefty crusher. Trevor Larnach, nice to meet you. Dang it, Trevor, you flew out. All right, Buxton. Oh, that's the worst thing he could have done. Hits into the double play. All right, we get 1 run. We really should have got more. Okay. Now, think about this logically. Funderburk. Here's my plan. Zebby Matthews gets Alex Freeland. Then he faces Mookie Betts with the empty bases. He gets me 2 outs. Funderburk comes in to face Freeman, who is objectively bad against lefties this season. That's my plan. Let's do it. The plan has been ruined. Alex Freeland has gotten aboard. Remember at the beginning of the game when I said him coming in for a bench Max Muncy is fine? Take it all back. And Freeland runs on Carantini because everyone runs on Carantini. All right, Betts grounds out. That's going to be it for Zebby. We're going to bring in Funderburk. All I need from Cody are 2 outs. All I need from him. Bang. Freeman hits it all the way to the corner. All right, Dodgers are going to get, never mind. Oh, Alex Freeland only has 45 speed. It's a bit low. All right. Walk Shohei on 4 pitches. You know what? I'm not saying I hate that idea. It does mean I'm going to get Mason Montgomery up, though. Kyle Tucker hits it into left, down. See, that's another animation I don't love because it just looks like Walker Jenkins didn't even try to get to the ball, when in reality, that just means it was a bloop single that landed in front of him. But the animation doesn't quite show that. Andy Pajes hits it into left. Jenkins is there. I'm going to do the smart thing. I'm getting Cody out of the game. Montgomery's coming in to face Will Smith. Hits it into center. Buxton's there. Caught. All right. The plan did not work with Cody, but they only get 1 run. See if we can get some insurance, guys. Good start. Royce Lewis hits it to the wall. A double for the man. That contract extension I gave him in the season for 2 years is looking like a steal already. Wild pitch moves him to third. I wouldn't hate it if they walk Cody Clemens here, so let's take a pitch. That didn't look like it was in the strike zone, ump. Eh. Oh, no, the error. Oh, no. Tanner Scott dropped the ball. I'm going to send Cody Clemens on the steal, and he beats him. See, that's what I mean, because in my lineup, I got my number 1, my number 5, my number 7 guys can all run on Will Smith. It's good to spread that out as Carantini flies out, but that does score Royce Lewis 3-1. My kingdom. My kingdom for a 3-run home run here. Or a 2-run, excuse me. As Brooks Lee flies out. Come on, Walker. Grounds out to second. All right. We get an extra run. No complaints. Mason, get me the 7th. I think our bullpen is hitting a wall. I think we're there. I'm not even going to bother with letting him actually. I looked this up, Mookie. Haven't you killed both lefties and righties? No, he's terrible against lefties. That's right. Mason, strike out Mookie Betts. He did not. Mookie hits it to center. Buxton is there. All right, that'll be it for Mason. Ooh, they pinch hit. Ooh, Freddie Freeman's out of the game. They pinched hit him for Zach Earhart, who does not have a single MLB at bat. And he is much worse against righties. Can you imagine your first ever MLB at bat being in Game 6, bottom of the 7th, 2 on, 2 out, World Series? Come on. Cole Sands, welcome him. Of course. Of course he gets the hit. Of course he does. Well, if the Dodgers win this thing, he'll get a statue. They cut the lead to 1. And Ohtani walks. Cole Sands really has not done well against the Dodgers. Kyle Tucker hits it up. Buxton's there. Caught. Hoo-wee. I don't like where this is going. All right, we're going to get Justin Toppa Warman for the 8th. I'm not bringing Cole Sands out there. Keishel lines out. Wallner's 3 for 3 on the day. You want to go for 4? Please? Please? Hits it deep to right and gone. Solo shot, Matt Wallner. 4 for 4. 372-foot home run. 4-2. Did that just say Dalton Rushing was playing first base? Has he even played first for them this season? No, he has. He has 7 starts. Fair enough. Buxton strikes out. I don't want to talk about it. I am going to make 2 subs. Outman is going to come in for Larnach and right. Toppa is going to come in to pitch. Okay. Muncy, Smith, and Tommy Edman. Bottom of the 8th. Justin Toppa, the setup man, immediately allows a lead. See, this is why I didn't want Max Muncy in the game. He's just been good for like 2 hits every game against me. And I hate it. Will Smith lines out to center. I like that a bit better. Edman hits it to second for short for 1, first for 2. Oh, boy. See, now I have a genuine decision to make of whether I give Taylor Rogers the 9th. Yeah, he's been pretty good. All right. I'm gonna let Royce Lewis hit, and I'll probably bring in Soto as a defensive sub, but I want Royce Lewis to get the bat. And he pops up. That tracks. Come on, Cody. Cody Clemens deep to center field. Gone. his third home run of the postseason, up 5-2, 3 outs remaining. Carantini strikes out. It happens, whatever. Brooks Lee, though, gets it down. We might not be done. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Walker Jenkins strikes out looking. Fair enough. All right. I am going all defense. Soto coming in for Royce Lewis. Benuelos coming in for Carantini. I think Urshela and Cody Clemens are rated about the same at third. Yeah, I'll keep Cody in. All right, Taylor Rogers coming in. He's been our closer the whole year. One last save. Dalton rushing Alex Freeland, Mookie Betts. We win this game. We win the series. Swing and a miss. Goes Dalton rushing. Here's Alex Freeland. Rifles it down the line. That's going to be a double. Genuinely, it's going to be a triple. All right. Well, that's obviously worse. But at this point, we can literally trade runs for outs. The problem now becomes Shohei is guaranteed to get in a bat unless we somehow get a double play. Nope, not getting that. Mookie hits it all the way down the fence. 1 run scores. Zach Earhart, his first ever MLB game, hits it deep to left and gone. In his first ever MLB game, he crushes Taylor Rogers. Well, that took a turn, didn't it? And Shohei gets it down. Oh, boy. Can he at least get me Kyle Tucker? Hit to second. They get 1. That's fine. See if we can get Max Muncy. Wild pitch. Oh, boy. This ball is hitting the outfield in any way, shape, or form. That's ball game. He walked him. Well, now I have a decision to make. Hey, Will Smith, you better or worse against lefties? Ratings-wise, it's honestly kind of a wash. He's a lot worse. All right, Taylor, I am going to believe that you can get Will Smith out. A 3-run lead, and Taylor Rogers blows it. Tie ball game, and we're going into extra innings. We had that. And Taylor Rogers died. And now we have to deal with, oh no, they pulled Edwin Diaz. Roki Sasaki's in now. I think you can make the argument I should have let Justin Tapa take that, but prior to that outing, Taylor Rogers had not given up any runs the whole playoff. He's gotten 4 saves. Like he should have been in there. And he just blew it. It's as simple as that. All right, so now I'm gonna let Outman hit. Yeah, fair enough. And Outman came as a defensive sub. Larnach would be there regularly. Buxton gets it down. Very good. Levon Soto, who also came in as a defensive sub, but his bat isn't terrible. On cue, he strikes out. Can he beat the throw? No dice. Bottom of the 10th. All right. Taylor Rogers is done. If we lose this game and we lose game 7, the series loss, unfortunately, on him. David, I'm going to be honest. It's the bottom of the Dodgers order. Please, God, don't let any of them get on board. All right, he gets Edman. Dalton rushing. Hits it deep to left. Easily caught by Walker Jenkins. Alex Freeland, I believe, is a home run from the cycle. I can't remember if he has the double or not, but he pops up there. What year is this? This is year one, hilariously. Yes, we made the playoffs in the Twins in year one. I don't understand it either. Cody Clemens. No dice. I can't pinch hit for Benuelos, so he's getting the AB. Swing and a miss. Yeah, unfortunately, we lose the attrition battle here because they have two more relievers ready to go. I only have one. Taylor Rogers blowing that save may very well cost us the championship. All right. I'm going to let Festa face Mookie Betts and Earhart. We'll see how things look after that. Answer, they look pretty bad as Betts gets the nice line drive single. Look at this kid. MLB debut. He last played a month ago against El Paso. He rattles off a home run, 3 RBIs. What's he going to do against Festa? Festa and Ober can both at least pitch 2 innings. I agree. However, Festa can't pitch them well, which is my current problem. I'm going to let him face Shohei because mine as well. All right, he gets him to strike out. All right, that's it for Festa. We're going Bailey Ober. If Kyle Tucker hits a line drive in the outfield, that's ball game. He does, in fact, hit the line drive in. In goes Mookie Betts. And we have been walked off in 11. Oh, Taylor Rogers. I mean, that was the game. That was honestly the series because game 7 is going to be Shohei against Mick Abel. We don't win that. That was our chance. And Rogers both figuratively and literally blew it. Oh, man. Well, we won 1 in extras. We lost 1 in extras. And now we go to game 7. Mick Abel, who is ice cold and a playoff ERA of 9.5, going up against Shohei. What are the odds Shohei is tired? Dang it. Thought we'd get him. Bullpen-wise, I think we're in okay shape because guys like Cole Sands, Justin Tapa didn't throw that many pitches. All right, here's the plan. Brooks Lee is benched. At this point, I don't care that he's been great defensively. Get him out of here. And then I'm going best hitting lineup. I think we're just going to forsake defense and we're going to kind of roll the dice. Which means I do kind of need a shortstop. But unfortunately, none of these 3 can really do it. I'm honestly tempted to put Royce Lewis at short. That's just kind of where I'm at in my life right now. Here's what I'm going to do. Tarantini is going to hit. I'm going to build it backwards. Cody Clemens. I don't want to hit Livan Soto. Honestly, Royce Lewis is going to make his shortstop debut in Game 7. And then we're going to go Urshela at third. Cody Clemens goes to second. I'm going to drop everyone down 1 spot. Buxton bats 5. Walker Jenkins bats first. I think, listen, there is no version of this where this is a low-scoring game that we win. So I am going bats heavy. This is close to the worst defensive configuration we can make. I think the only other option would be like Larnach at left, Wallner on right, and just a different DH. All right, Mick Abel. The Dodgers scored 9 runs off of him in the first inning last game. Surely they can't do the same here. We were 3 outs away from a series title. And now here we are in Game 7. Ha ha! Walker Jenkins walks. He can't be stopped. All right, and he's one of the runs that can run on Will Smith. Okay, not with that bad of a start. Maybe not. Swing and a miss from Luke. We go again. Nope, they got him. Oh, Walker. Wallner K's nothing doing. Okay, Mick. I believe in you. And Shohei Ohtani gets the solo shot, and now Kyle Tucker and Andy Pages are aboard for Will Smith, who grounds out to Cody Clemens. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. The fact that I'm putting Royce Lewis at shortstop is a hilarious outcome. No one had that on their bingo card for the Twins this year. Down he goes. Anything for the second? Teoscar Hernandez is on board, and Alex Freeland lines out. Ha ha. God, what an ugly defense this grouping is. It's fine. That's less than fine, unless Buxton can get there, which he can. Thank you, Byron. All right, top of the third, Gio Urshela. He is sat a little bit this series. He's starting today because at a certain point, either he hits or he doesn't. Cody lines out. I think irregardless of whether we win or lose this series, we are going to need to make some really tough calls with our lineup next season. I think our rotation is more or less set. We got at least 4 guys that we know are coming back. Bullpen will be pretty similar. It's the lineup that could flip. Kyle Tucker grounds into the double play. Very well done, Gio Urshela. Andy Pages hits it deep to left. No matter. Walker is there. We go to the 4th. Swing and a miss. Shohei is at 41 pitches. Pretty good pace. It also does not help that my guys keep swinging the first pitch. You know what, Matt? Take the first pitch. There we go. It's a walk. All right, now have some fun. Well, he grounded out. Yeah, this is going very similar to how Game 3 went. Can you give me the 4th, Mick? Oh, brother. 2 on, 2 out, Mookie Betts. So for the bullpen, Bailey Ober is the only one above 90%. Tapa's good to go. Sands Catarino should be fine. I really don't want to pinch Funderburk if I can avoid it. And Betts swings on the 3-1 because of course he does. Will Smith does not move. Freddie Freeman hits it back up the middle. Royce Lewis playing shortstop makes the throw. You're going to stick with Larnach, Ober, Urshela, Bucks next season. Larnach, TBD. I think the problem I've just run into with him is defensively, he is horrendous. And Matt Wallner is even worse. So Wallner's the DH, so I have nothing to do with Larnach. Ober, no. He also missed 5 months this season. That didn't help. Gio Urshela, no. The only way we bring Gio Urshela back is if no one else wants him in free agency. and we can get him for like $2 million. Because right now he wants nearly like an $8 million extension, and we're not doing that. Byron Buxton will be back. I'm going the route of Buxton's going to be here until he retires because that just sounds more fun than trading him. All right, Mick, get me Shohei, get me Kyle Tucker. Well, he walked Shohei. How many times have we walked Shohei this series? Not as many as I thought, only 5. It's felt like more. There we go. Vic Carantini guns down Shohei. Very good, sir. All right. Nice end of the outing for Mick. Anything for us in the 6th? Nope. All right, yeah, Mick's done. Much better start. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks. Again, only 2 Ks. We go to Bailey Ober for the 6th. Clean from him. How many pitches? 13. He's fine. I don't want to pitch Bundaberg because the Dodgers have his number. All right, I'm not going to steal unless Luke goes out. Deep to right field. Curse you. Wallner strikes out looking. I think if you include his playoff strikeouts, he's probably up to like 225. Please. There we go. Jenkins gets the steal off this time. All right, Larnick. No soft grounder. Back to Shohei. How many pitches is Shohei at? He's at 96. We really did not do a good job chasing him. All right, Bailey Ober, give me the 7th, and I might give you a contract extension. We'll see. He gets Freeland. He gets Betts. Can he get Freddie Freeman? Soft grounder to second. Yes, he does. I mean, let's be frank. We're probably going to bring Bailey Ober back in arbitration either way, just whether he makes the team. Okay, I think we go. How did the Dodgers do against Canarino last time? He walked him twice. We're going to go Cantorino for the 8th. Actually, no. I'm going to get Tapa warming up. If we don't score Tapa, if we do score Cantorino. Lewis grounds out. Gio pops up. All right, we're going to go Justin Tapa for the 8th. My argument being, I want my best reliever against their best guys. I'd prefer Tapa for the 9th, obviously, but we got to get there with it being a 1-run lead. So here's Shohei. Hits it up to center. Buxton's there. Remember when I said this wouldn't be a low-scoring game? Here we are, huh? Kyle Tucker. Grounds out to second. Andy Pages is hit. Well, not great. Don't walk Will Smith. Struck him out looking. All right. Top of the 9th. Cody Clemens. Get us started. Struck out looking. We're going to pinch hit for Carantini for obvious reasons. I'm going to give Brooks Lee the bat. Swing and a miss from him. Walker Jenkins. Nothing doing. That's your ball game. We lose 1-0. Shohei, complete game shutout in game 7. Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. You got to tip your cap. He no hit us. I didn't realize he had the no hitter going. I mean, yeah, come on. Come on, come on. No hits, 2 walks, nothing. Again, as I said previously, we were never winning game 7. Game 6 was the one to win. We had a 3-run lead in the ninth. Rogers blew it. Shohei has the game of his life. 100. Imagine if he did this in real life. No hitter, game 7 of the World Series, 118 pitches, 2 walks, 12 Ks. Imagine. Get him the statue. Get him the statue. Obviously, going it, listen, again, I can't stress enough. We were 10 games above 500 to end the season. The Dodgers, 50 games above 500. So, context. I did not expect to win the World Series. What's disappointing about it is game 6, we had them. All Taylor Rogers had to do was get 3 outs with a 3-run lead, and he blew it. So at that point, the series was over because we can't beat Shohei. That is a shame because we had them. Overall, in terms of like a World Series, it was a pretty competitive World Series. Games 3 and 4 were blowouts. The final 3 games of the season were decided by 1 run each game. Like, it's a pretty good World Series, all things considered. Will Brooks Lee be our shortstop next season? That is entirely dependent on how Kalen Culpepper looks ratings wise. Once I get a fresh scouting report on him, or I guess I don't need one, post injury. Because he missed like what? Yeah, he missed a month to end the season. We'll see. Did he pitch game 5? No. He pitched 10-3. He pitched game 4 and game 6. Because he had the rest day for game 5, and then everyone had the off day, and then game 6. So he was fine. It's just fundamentally unfortunate that I think Rogers finished with like 3 blown saves the whole season. Four. He finished with 4 blown saves in the regular season, 2 of which came in September. And then he got 4 saves in the postseason and then blew it in game 6. So, that part does suck. My position on him is still the same. We're not bringing him back. But it is unfortunate that he was a pretty good closer for us this season, got 32 saves, and then just his last game for us, he blew the World Series. Oh, well. But hey, we got no hit by Show. I didn't realize we were getting no hit. That's rough. Oh, brother. Also, all of that and the fan loyalty and like is still above average with a fan interest of 63. It's kind of funny. Though I believe it updates mainly at the start of next season. All right. Off season has begun. Give me the emails. Wow. That really slowed the game down. Yeah. Because it was a new month and all the off season emails and the achievements popping. Oh, that slowed everything down to a halt. 643. I made the World Series. And all you give me is a 643? Sure. I thought Wallner would be a better right fielder than Larnach. At least he has a strong arm. I thought so as well. However, in right this season, 125 starts, negative 2.5 arm. He does have 7 assists, which isn't nothing. But on average, he did not have a good arm. Doomsday scenario next year is Wallner plays in left field and Walker Jenkins takes right field. Expansion teams. Y'all, it's year one. Don't be doing this to me. We just finished year one. We just finished year one and they hit me with expansion? Part of me wants to commish mode and just cancel it, but I did leave the setting open to be fair. I just didn't think it would happen in year one. Oh boy. Hmm. Hmm. Actually, I don't think if I even can commish mode and kill it now that it's started. After year one of expand, that does seem a little silly. Yes. All right. I've canceled expansion. I think after year one, that's a little much. Twins players retiring. Byron Buxton retiring did not enter my frame of mind. Okay, it's Chafin. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He only pitched for us for the first few months of the season, then I sent it out. Yeah, I'm going to cancel expansion. I think my simple argument is after year one, that's a little too soon. Okay, so we're about 2 hours, 12 minutes in. I think I'll do a little bit. Officials were not able to reach a deal. In reality, I hit an X button. I think I'll briefly go over early off-season plan. Then I'll stop the stream just so that most of the episode is the World Series. All right, Justin Tapa option year. We are obviously executing the option to keep him around. He's going to be 36 next year, which, let's be frank, it's probably his last year, but he was so good. 240 ERA, 106 whip, 243 BABIP. He did not allow a run. He pitched so much in the playoffs. Like, he gave me 8 innings of work, 5 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 11 Ks. Come on. Don't forget the Dev Lab. Listen, I often do. I think in my Rockies rebuild I did in the channel last year. I think one year I did hilariously forget it. Okay. So option year is done. I believe Julian Merriweather I can bring off the IL now. I'm really annoyed I couldn't pitch him in the World Series. Because he was like arguably our best reliever this year. And because of how the playoff injury rule worked, he got injured early in the ALCS. He can't come back at all. In my opinion, that's a little silly rule, but so be it. All right, so really quick, we are going to clear all lineups, clear all depth charts. I think I'll do like season review stuff next time. All right, catcher. At this point, I think Miguel Amaya is going to be on the team. Whether he's a starter or a backup is debatable. I'll put him as the backup for now. Benuelos, I'm probably going to send to AAA. He does have option years left. And then Vic Carantini, I might just trade him. Like, the man at a 264 OPS in the playoffs He struck out a grand total of 10 times. It sucks because he got hurt. Like, he really only had 1 month in August where he was the clear starter. So, from that perspective, maybe I should keep him, but he's making too much to be a backup. So, either he starts or I trade him. Luke Keeschel, obviously, first base. With Gio Urshela gone, we can move Royce Lewis back to third base. And what happened to Culpepper? Oh, right. I put him on a fake rehab assignment. Right now, I think the plan is that Culpepper will be our starting shortstop because he was much better at short than second. And then Brooks Lee will take over at second base, which I think is my preference. I mean, Brooks Lee only had 5 errors in short, which is not bad at all. But he had a -4 zone rating. Range wasn't as good. So I think next season, Brooks Lee will slide over to second, and Kalen Culpepper will take short. Outfield, dude, who even knows? Walker Jenkins in left. I think, again, he got hurt, but he was pretty good in the playoff. I don't think strikeouts are going to be an issue. He walked 24 times in 50 games. He's a average defender in left, but he's got a really good arm, 2.5. So he'll be in left. Buxton in center, obviously. He's my center fielder until he retires. He has 2 years left on his contract. Pretty simple. Right field, anyone, literally. It could be Emmanuel Rodriguez. It could be Larnach. It could be Wallner. Who knows? I think right now, though, my preference is Matt Wallner, DH, and we might trade Trevor Larnach. He did lead the American League in RBIs this past season. However, vanished in the playoffs. His WAR was only 0.2. Part of that is defense. He got nuked defensively. He cannot play left. He can only play right. But I think right now, Wallner is DH. Right field is open. Cody Clemens, I think he's going to be on the team. Probably as a backup again, which he did not love this past season. It looks like he's normal with his role because he started in the playoff. But defensively, like, he's okay at first. He's pretty good at third. He's not an outfielder. So that does limit his availability. But he is our backup first and third next season. If Culpepper doesn't win the starting job, he's our backup second and short. If he does, I think Livan Soto might have a chance at that. We'll see. Defensively in the outfield, where's Gabriel? I think defensively in the outfield for backups, it's going to be Emmanuel Rodriguez or Gabriel Gonzalez, and they're just going to fight. So a lot of that outfield's wide open. Pitching. All right, this is where this gets kind of funky. First, Bailey Ober did pretty good in relief in the playoffs, it must be said. He did get hit a bit against the Dodgers in game, 2? The rest of it was okay. I think I'm still leaning toward either trading him or just flat out not bringing him back in arbitration. Because I doubt many teams would take him, because how much does he want in ARB? Now, he won $7 million. I don't think Bailey Ober is worth that. So we might have to get rid of him. Everyone else is pretty set. Joe Ryan, Zebby Matthews, Mick Abel, Taj Bradley is my rotation for next year. potentially in a different order, but this is it. And then we need a lefty because we're losing Taylor Rogers to free agency. Cody Funderburk was sent to AAA multiple times this year. So we need some more lefty reinforcements. I think Taylor Rogers, I'm going to let him go. Right now, in terms of extension, he wants a 3-year, $6 million deal. I don't really want to bring him back, but his numbers were really good. But man, he struggled. Like August, September, he was terrible. And then he was great in the postseason until that last outing. So I think Taylor Rogers, we might have some decision to make there. And also, if we bring him back, do we make him the closer? Do we give the job to Justin Topper or someone? But bullpen is pretty simple. Everyone's coming back except potentially Taylor Rogers and Cody Funderburk, who at this point is going to be 30. So either he plays or he gets traded. Arbitration decisions really quick. Taj Bradley wants 2.8. That's fine. Bailey Ober, we're going to withdraw. Anthony Bonda, we're obviously going to withdraw. I sent him to AAA. He was there the whole year. We're obviously not bringing him back. Orion Keckering wants 2.2. That's fine. Merriweather 1.6. That's fine. Cole Sands 1.8 is perfect. Miguel Amaya 2.6. Miguel, you were cut by the Cubs. You were a free agent for 2 months. Whatever. Alex Jackson obviously is gone. He was in AAA and AA the whole year. Cody Clemens 2.4 is fine. Oh, I really need to decide on Trevor Larnach if I want to pay him $7.5 million. Hypothetically, and this is a cheesing the game a little bit, what's the trade market for him right now? Oh, it's a pretty decent trade market. Okay, yeah. I think then we'll pay him his money and potentially look to move him. Matt Wallner, 4.2 in his first year of arbitration. To be fair, he's worth it. Like, yeah, he struck out 200 times. He had nearly 30 home runs, 832 OPS. Defensively, he had his problems, but if he's a DH the whole season, he has at least like 2.2, 2.3 WAR. That's fine. We're not going to do a qualifying offer for Rogers or Gio Urshela. It kind of pains me to lose Gio Urshela. Like, he just did really well, but unfortunately, as we found out, he can't really play second base. He's okay at third, but we have Royce Lewis and Cody Clemens at that, so we're going to let Gio go. Minor league free agents, I'll figure out all of this off stream. So last thing I will do, thank you for the comments. All right, DevLab. So here's what I want. I think first, Mick Abel, we need to work on developing his secondary stuff. Because if we can get the curveball, the cutter, the slider better than it is now, then we're in business. So he's one. Taj Bradley, same idea with his splitter, curveball, and cutter. Zebby Matthews, I don't think I want to do anything for him. I think he's in a much better place than the other two right now. Relief pitching wise, I think really the only two I would consider would be Keckering or Montgomery. I think Orion Keckering, I got to at least try to fix his control. I got to at least try. Hitters. Okay, this is very simple. Luke Keeschel, hello. He struck out 121 times, which isn't terrible. He had decent amount of walks. I would like, if I could, to improve his gap power to try to get those doubles and maybe even home runs up. Royce Lewis, I'm not going to touch. Kalen Culpepper, I don't really know what I would do because he didn't strike out a ton. Walks weren't that much of an issue. I have 3 left. Okay, yeah. I think for him, we'll do gap power also. Outfielders. All right. Walker Jenkins. At this point, I'm not going to send him to the dev lab. My argument being I'm petrified. I know development risk is low, but I'm pretty worried about a blowback. So unless I can't think of something, then I'll, figure that out. Matt Wallner, get up there. Plate discipline. Work on it. I will not have you striking out 200 times back-to-back years. Emmanuel Rodriguez. I think the problem is really only one of Emmanuel Rodriguez or Gabriel Gonzalez is going to make the roster next year. I think I'd rather put my eggs in Gabriel Gonzalez basket. Oh, Emmanuel is really good too. I could just do both. You know what? Let's do both. Emmanuel Rodriguez, work on your plate discipline. Plate discipline. Plate discipline. Gabriel Gonzalez. Similar. So Mick Abel, Taj Bradley, secondary pitch improvement. Keckering control. Keishel, Culpepper, gap power. Wallner, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, plate discipline. I think that's fine. Realistically, even prospect wise, right? Like, I don't have that many top prospects that are knocking on the door. A lot of them are a lot younger. Even Charlie Soto, like, he's still not going to be in the majors next year. So I think the time to put guys like him or Merrick Houston in the development lab is next season. So that's my dev lab. There we are. All right. And I think that is where I will leave off. I will figure out minor league extensions and stuff like that, go through arbitration with everyone, and then pick up next time once free agency starts. I think honestly the big question is whether or not we trade Trevor Larnach. If we try to, because honestly he's rated pretty highly. Like if I could get a really good starter, a lefty starter, I think that's a trade I do. And then we also have to figure out whether or not we're going to try to bring back Taylor Rogers. I think right now I'm leaning no, but could be something we look at. Overall, let's be frank, we made the World Series in year 1 as the Minnesota Twins. Like 10 out of 10 season. We were 3 outs and a blown save away from winning the World Series. I think that part of it sucks that we lost, but we have work to do next season. I think next time up, we'll go through the off season. I'm going to end the stream here. Overall, great success. Made a good run in the playoffs, beat the Mariners, beat the Yankees, lost to the Dodgers, who had 40 more wins than us. Can't stress that enough. Or they had 20. I just did the worst math there in the history of the world. They had 20 more wins. 40 more wins would be the greatest season in the history of sport. Overall, though, congrats to the Dodgers. Well done. But man, we were close. So Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.